front tires skidding. When I started this build 2 years ago, I'm sitting in this pile of crap over here. This is an AAM 1175 rear end. There's not a lot of support for it. This is a 10.5 or 14 bolt, sorry. This is a 14 bolt out of an F250 Super Duty. I didn't know then what I know now about this build. That has a lot more support, aftermarket support for like lockers and everything else. This one does not have any of that. I mean, it has some stuff, but it's so hard to come by. I'm upgrading the joints, I'm upgrading everything, and instead of going with the coil springs, this was my original idea. Coil springs, mounted them, and I tack welded everything. I didn't weld everything. So it was easy to pop it all apart with a sledge and crack it all loose. I started with the coil springs. I was going to do the coil springs and shocks and do it that way. Well, I've been watching rock crawlers and I've been watching everybody else, and everything I've seen told me do not go with coil springs. She's rusty, she's old, she's my first Jeep, and it's nostalgia more than anything. Once the body's gone, then I'll slap another body on it or make a body out of sheet metal. I don't care about the body. It's not about that. It's my first one. This is what got me into Jeeps. So we're taking the lift or the rear end off from underneath it. We're taking this rear end off from underneath it. We're going to put the 14 bolt underneath it. Take off both all the shock mounts and the leaf springs mounts. Doing away with that. Going with coilover springs. I got the mounts. I got everything to do it. Everything has come in. So for the next few weeks, you are going to see me working diligently on this to get this done. 2 years ago I did the frame. That was a video you guys saw a few videos ago. It's been sitting in the back of the shop for the last 2 years. I haven't had time. I'm making time. I want my Jeep back. The reason I got away from leaf springs, here, we'll talk. The reason I got away from the leaf springs, when I was 32, 31, turning 32, it was Christmas, blew out my back. I got a collapsed disc and a pinched nerve in my lower back. It was where it was very difficult for me to wheel a YJ, and I love YJs, my favorite Jeeps. Yes, I have a JK. I love YJs. First Jeep. I've had Cherokees. I've had all kinds of different Jeeps, but this is my first off-road toy. I bought it. Kids were in diapers. I've had it forever. It's been through everything with me. Divorce, name it. It's been there. It had a 4-cylinder in it when I got it. Now it's got an inline 6. AX15. I've went through a couple of those transmissions in it. Eventually I'll upgrade to something different. Eventually I'll put a different body on it. Eventually will come, not now. Now I just want to wheel it. So I have a collapsed disc and a pinched nerve, and it irritates the crap out of my back whenever I wheel this thing with leaf springs. So we are going to put coilovers on it and make it a rock crawler. But I don't really rock crawl that much. But I think I'll find it where I like it more than I actually do. Welcome to Dirty Deviant Thieves. This is what I'm getting into. This is my creation, Inferno. She's been through everything with me. Southington Off-Road. Before it was even Southington Off-Road, it was Jeep School. She has been my go-to girl forever. And Soundwave has been taking that mantle for the last 5 years. But it's time to get my Jeep done the way I imagined her when I hurt my back and I couldn't wheel it no more. I need to get my Jeep back on the road. I got a fuel cell for back here. I have the entire floor for back here. It's all sitting right over here. I got put new floors in front of it. I got to repair some cross members once I get the suspension under it where it belongs. I'm upgrading the turnbuckles or the joints to a heavier duty Johnny joint. I'm going to upgrade the arms. I haven't even had a chance to wheel it like this. I just said, you know what? Every time I've looked at anybody's Impulse Off-Road, they're like twice the size of mine. Maybe 3 times the size of mine. I don't know. Daddy Jeep, his massive, and these things are freaking tiny. And I thought it was going to be good enough. And everywhere I looked, it said it was going to be good enough. And the more and more I started looking, the more and more I'm like, that's not enough. I need more. I need it to be stronger for what I'm going to do. Dirt Lifestyle was the first one I watched, and I was watching him wheel his TJ, and that thing is impressive because that kind of kick-started me on doing this, and then I got put on hold. I was supposed to get married, and that fell through. There's a lot of things that went on over the last 2 years in the background that it went out the kitchen door. But this is what I'm working on. We're going to pull this out from underneath here because I now have it disconnected completely. I got a new truss coming for this. We're going to put the truss on it, weld it all up, move the brake lines, remove the shock mounts, remove the spring shackle mounts. I have these really cool things from Barnes that I'm going to try on this. It's a coilover mount / arm mount. So I've never seen it before. So this is the first time I've seen it. Will it work? I don't know. Hopefully it will. We'll find out here shortly in the next couple weeks. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's have fun. going to do that, come around here and stand on that side. Stand back by side of Inferno. That way you don't get hit.
Instead of you having to hop out every
5 seconds.
that one's easy to move because it actually does roll it.
Well, I don't have any brakes on it, so you got brakes to freeze up on.
Yeah.
Huh? That's out of the way. Oh. Ooh-wee. That'll be on Thursday. What time is it? I'm hungry. For the back side, I got these for the back and for the front. These, I have to hone these out a little bit to fit the axle tube. But they're on a 10 degree. These will go here. This is for the lower control arms. These come up on top like this. Once I put the new truss on, when I get the truss tomorrow, I'll have to trim out for the truss. But those, obviously you can do them to fit your coilovers, but those will fit my coilovers, and that's what holds the bottom down. The new truss will come all the way across here, and I have flush mount top ones for the upper control arms. For the front, I have these not on the frame. So you can adjust for your control arms for the height. And this is my shock towers for the back half, and I got hoops for the front. These I'm going to put at an angle and French them in. Right about like that. I'll French them in there. Just like that. Cut them into the frame, weld them all up. And that'll be what holds my rear end together. Yeah. What do you think?